So to me, Bo Nix, there's a few knocks I have on him. Obviously, his age, right? He's played 6 years of college football, so I don't worry about that a ton, but it is something to know, something to when you compare when some of these comparisons are very tight, that becomes a little bit more of a valued thing than not. Um, the systems that he played in at Auburn and Oregon, that kind of like super spread, flashy offense, like I don't, it doesn't always translate well
Sure,
to the
that's a good
NFL.
point.
I don't see a ton from him that like does translate well. Aside from him being, I think he's a great character guy. I think he's a great leader, and I think he is a winner through and through. But you know, the stuff you look for, and you look at these other quarterbacks we broke down. I don't think he's got the big arm, that these other guys have. I don't think that he has the consistency on a down-to-down basis on regular like short routes and checks and stuff like that these other guys have. He doesn't have the star power and in like the big play ability necessarily that these other guys have. Now he can do it and shows he can do it at times, but the percentage of time that he does it, to me, isn't where these other guys are at. And I think again in the different year, Bo Nix is a higher prospect, but there's just a lot of guys ahead of him. It's a very talented class, and that hurts him in the grand scheme of things, and it hurts a lot of these guys in the grand scheme of things.
Right, and you do see him make this play, obviously. And this is a pretty
This is at Auburn, so
memorable one, yeah. But again, this is at Auburn. It's a long time ago, and the amount of Bo Nix film you have to go through to see plays like this versus some of the other guys, you got to dig a little deeper to
the
find
sample
it.
size. I guess the best way to summarize your question, John, the sample size of Bo Nix is bigger than any of these players. He has
Right.
literally the most career starts of any NFL or any college quarterback of all time. Yet it's harder to find plays like this, like you said. So he's got the most plays, and plays like this that stand out and wow you just don't happen as often as these other guys.
Right, we're going all the way back to Auburn to see that. Now again, not complete knock on him. Obviously, there's this experience element, pressure in his face, able to make a play there.
I also do think he's got a little bit of an interception issue. Like and this was more, I guess, early in his college career. At Oregon, he was much better, but at Auburn, he had serious issues with like forcing the ball into coverage and just doing things. Just his protecting the ball is like literally the number one thing for these guys. Like there is no excuse not to do it. You have to do it. It's the biggest difference between winning and losing at every level of the sport.
Right.
And he had a serious problem with that at Auburn. He did correct it a bit. I will give him credit at Oregon. It's interesting because his career at Oregon is very different than the one at Auburn, and it's because it's different systems and different conferences. He shined at Oregon. He was a Heisman candidate. Like this is a window throw here. We talk about anticipating and getting the ball out with accuracy and recognizing coverage quickly. Like I think Bo is good at all those things. I'm not saying he's a bad prospect by any means. I don't see him as a great NFL quarterback one day. I don't see him as an NFL starting quarterback one day. And that's my opinion.